The following podcast has been rated Listener MA. It contains strong language, violence, adult situations, nudity. Listener discretion is advised.
What's up, everybody, and welcome back to the Unfiltered Sportscast. I'm your host. My name is Scotty Gurman, a.k.a. Scottage Cheese, and alongside me, as usual, you have two excellent stand-up comedians. First, the 1984 Kingman County T-Ball Defensive Player of the Year award winner, Mr. Jeremy Joseph.
Hi, Scotty.
Yeah, that's that guy over there. And
yeah, I'm not to your left now.
No, you're
well,
not.
I technically am, but I'm
Technically.
not immediately to your left. This isn't normal.
Yeah.
Everything about this is wrong.
and the wreck himself, Mr. Derek Alders.
What's up, Hipposcotamus?
What's up, dude? And we got another guest on for the second time.
A two-timer.
Two-timer.
Unprecedented.
That's right.
Two-timer. We've only had one other guest, and he's also been on 2 times, but still.
Am I your toughest guest?
That's without a shadow of a doubt.
Yeah,
I don't know. I'd like to see him and Moulette go at it.
I think he'd drop his ass.
David, the Caveman Rickels.
Bob Roulette?
Yeah, I think Dave would totally drop him.
I'm definitely beating his ass.
Yeah.
He's a great guy. I met him, getting ready for the wind surge, dropping the paraphernalia or the
Paraphernalia.
Paraphernalia.
Damn. You're not training.
dropping all their gear and whatnot, and he hooked me up with some of their stuff.
Yeah,
And I was
I
happy
almost
to
wore
oblige.
that same thing
he's-
today.
Yeah.
He's
Glad.
done the same for us. He's taken us on a tour of that stadium. That fucking stadium is sexy.
Oh, yeah.
I'm serious. I might fuck that stadium.
I work
I might.
out at the Genesis right in front of there, so I'm always watching as they've built it, and it's just amazing how quick it's come up and,
Oh,
and
it's
how
nuts.
pretty it is in general.
Yeah, I eat at the taco place right down the street from there. So I don't work out, but I eat tacos.
Yeah, he eats
Yeah.
tacos while he
You're still
watches
there.
people
Yeah.
work out.
Yeah, I just stand in the gym window and just eat.
Same effect.
Yeah.
Well, welcome back, David. Happy to have you.
Yes. Yes,
Dude,
thank you for doing this again.
no joke. You got some stuff coming up, dude.
I do. Yeah.
You want to explain to me how you're getting into this bare knuckles deal?
Yeah. So I'll give you the short story, kind of.
We got
medium
Get us a
long.
long one
Get
if you
us a
want.
long
I'm about to
one
give
if you want.
Yeah. So there's a guy named Sean Wheelock, and he was a commentator for combat sports in general. And he was at this. Let's rewind time here. I was fighting as a professional, but I was still fighting on the local circuit. I think I was 5-0, maybe 6-0. And I was fighting at Doc Howard's.
Oh, yeah.
Downtown.
Yeah.
Okay? It's just,
I didn't even know they did
it's a
fights
bar.
there. Well, I mean, I know fights happen there a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what he meant. He'd just go in and rumble and then have a couple drinks and
That
bounce.
really seems unfair. I mean, you were in Bellator, for God's sake. You're
I
just going
was
to go fight.
at this point. I
bar
was
guys?
not.
Oh, okay.
I was not.
Okay, fair enough.
But this was a regulated bout, and Sean Wheelock, who was working for Bellator at the time, just happened to be there, watching the show. Saw me beat some dude up, got a good win. Saw the crowd go crazy for me, and said, "We have to sign this guy." Yeah. So they sent. He talked to Bellator. The next 2 days later, I had a contract from Bellator in the mail, and they said, "We want to see you, see what you can do." And my Bellator history from then was 23 fights in a row, and yeah, now I'm getting into this bare knuckle.
I'm still trying to get my first Bellator fight. They will not call me back.
They will not.
They will not. I am trying.
Well, okay, they will not call you back with a yes.
Yes.
They've called you back several times, mostly saying, stop calling us.
They sent me
How
the
did you get this
eggplant
number?
emoji once.
It sounds like this Wheelock guy knows what he's talking about. It's,
And so he
Sounds
works
like
for bare.
Wheelock.
He works for Bare Knuckle.
Okay.
And that's how my name got brought up at the Bare Knuckle company. Sean Wheelock is working for them now. So he kind of put me into Bellator, and he kind of put my name on the lips of these guys at the Bare Knuckle and said, "Hey, we're looking for a venue. I know a guy that will sell you a venue. You know, his people show up and they come out there." So they decided to call me and work out a deal. And at first, their numbers were too low for me.
Nothing less than $1 million a fight. Rickels will not. It's
And then we worked out a deal. And I also said,
For
hey,
$75.
if you really want to make this thing pop, if you really want to make it an amazing event here in Wichita, you have to try to sign Nico Hernandez as well. And because he's a big star, man, he's Olympian, and
Olympian medalist,
the two
right?
best fighters to ever come out of Wichita are fighting on the same card. It's pretty dope.
that's
Now,
awesome.
you're
that's
not
dope.
you're not going against each other.
Hell
No.
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 I'm
different.
about right now I'm about 195 pounds, and I think he's fighting at 112.
Oh no shit.
Yes.
Okay. Oh, I thought he was like around 155, like what you normally fight
And he's a
at.
killer though. No, I don't know what he walks around at, but he cuts weight just like I do. So,
Okay. I just thought he was in a little bigger weight class.
But he's a killer, man. And I'm excited to see him throw some bare knuckle. I mean, it's just, that level of boxing is kind of hard to replicate.
Now, bare knuckle. What are they going about? 12-ounce gloves?
Yeah, exactly. No,
Depends
like
on how heavy are your hands?
I don't know. I never weighed them. But so it is what it sounds like. It is actual bare
It is
knuckles.
exactly what it sounds like, and it's going to be extremely violent, and I'm going to love every minute
I
of it.
thought that
Now-
they outlawed bare knuckle boxing like back in the 30s.
They may have, but they just legalized it.
Okay.
it's legal now.
Yeah. Weed, you're
So
next.
it was definitely not legal. Kansas, actually many states, it's still illegal to do shows like this. But slowly but surely, I think Wyoming was the first state to do so. They legalized it, and then, I don't know, a bunch of redneck countries or redneck states are doing it.
You mean like America? Yeah. They tend to have the most rednecks.
Yeah, they're my favorite people. Which is great growing up in Kansas.
Yeah.
Sure.
But
Yeah.
but you can tape your wrists though, right? I mean,
You tape your hands all the way up to the knuckles.
Right.
So because it's a pretty boring fight if both guys shatter their hands. in the first
Exactly.
minute.
I was wondering about that. Is there anything special you're doing to condition your hands, or
No, not really, because I don't want to take a risk of hurting them beforehand. Basically,
yeah.
I've never broken my hands in combat sports, so
Damn it! You
Now-
just somebody find wood or something like that to
yeah.
knock on.
The
I'm
gloves.
going to guess you can break a couple.
I'll be
boards.
all right.
The gloves you wear in MMA, I've heard that's more like to protect your hands as it is so much, or than it is to so much protect the other guy.
So there's actually a lot of variables that are different about this. The surface area in which you'd be blocking,
Yeah.
right, is going to change a lot because you don't have wide gloves. Also, how hard I can throw a punch is actually changed quite a bit. Because if I throw 100% of my power on every shot, even shots that I know aren't going to land, what if I hit an elbow? What if I
Oh
hit,
yeah.
What if I hit their forehead?
Yeah.
Okay,
Hardest part of the body.
so you actually have to. It
Brian
requires a
Dennehy
little
taught us
bit
that.
of precision fighting. So I have to, when I throw with power, I have to be sure that that's going to land on something soft.
Sure.
Wow.
Right.
Okay. There's a
I've
lot more that
actually-
goes into it.
No
than I
kidding.
realized.
I didn't even think about that.
I have actually been saying this for a long time, both like football and boxing. Last year in boxing, on a major level, there were at least 2 deaths in boxing.
Yeah.
And I have always said when the gloves are big and padded, that actually creates fewer of the superficial injuries, the broken jaws, the broken
Right.
noses, the cuts, but the force going into the brain, shaking it around.
Right.
That's where the problems come in. And if you reduce the protective equipment, people aren't just going to fucking tee off, and they're going to be a lot more selective with their shots, and they're going to be a lot more willing, or a lot less willing to take a punch.
Right. Yeah, absolutely.
That's why I'm in for outlawing helmets in football.
If they want to do away with that, they do need
I
to
mean,
reduce
that
the
would.
padding.
Haven't some people said that before? That would probably. Or,
They said if they go back to like
it's
the
similar
old
to
leather,
rugby, right? Isn't there
yeah.
less concussions in rugby?
Probably.
Absolutely, there is,
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
they're not near as willing to just
Throw
run
their
full
head into
speed.
it.
Yeah, you're not going to lead with your head when you
nobody
ain't got
leads with
shit
their
going
head.
on.
Yeah, you don't see a lot of helmet to helmet contact, mostly because there's no helmets, but not a lot of head to head contact. Not intentional anyway.
Yeah, for
Right.
sure.
So that's one of those things is like, people don't really think about in this aspect of fighting bare knuckle is like, if I'm fighting you for 5 rounds, I've got to be selective with my shots. If I shatter my hand in round one, either one, that changes the whole dynamic of the fight. So I have to pick my shots, and I can't throw with all power the whole time. It's different.
Yeah.
I can wing punches with no regard when I have fully wrapped hands that are basically, they're basically concrete blocks. Mm-hmm. So now you got to protect your hands a little bit. You got to be careful with your shots. You can't throw with as much power. But there's a lot more blood. There's a lot more cuts.
Mm-hmm.
The one thing that is more dangerous, and it's just the truth about boxing in general, is that I can take a concussion and be dropped and then get up and keep fighting.
Jesus Christ.
So that's why you see more deaths in boxing, at least in my opinion, what I believe and what I know about the sport, is that, if you get dropped in round one, you've got a concussion. That's a concussion.
Yeah.
And everything after that, secondary concussion syndrome, and that's what kills people.
Yeah.
Right.
And then once you get one, you're twice as susceptible, and then it just keeps on. The equation just keeps on. Once you get one, then you're 2 times more likely, then you're 4 times more likely, and so on and so forth.
There was a fight of yours here. It was shortly before we interviewed you the first time. It was one where the mouthpiece kept falling out. Where you had gotten dropped pretty early.
Yeah.
Was that when you got knocked down in that fight? Was that due to the force of the punch, or did it drop you?
No, it definitely dropped me. I lost consciousness for a second.
Did you? Were you concussed then?
After the fight, I can always tell when I've had a good. I got my bell rung per se. You feel a little bit foggy, bright lights kind of hurt. So yeah, you have a concussion. That's
they probably run you through a pretty good.
They run me through a pretty good protocol, and the truth is, about MMA is most of the time. Truthfully, most of the time when somebody gets dropped like that, they don't come back.
Sure.
They don't come back to fight for the second concussion.
Your legs don't work for you.
Usually they get a few punches in and the fight's called.
Right.
For that fight in particular, though, I just hadn't settled in yet, so it more caught me off guard.
Right.
I got hit hard, really fast, really early. Bam, and then it really kind of woke me up. Like I felt really good after that happened, which is really strange. But
every time I get fucking hit in the face, I'm like, all right, now I don't even need my morning coffee. My wife will deck me right in the fucking mouth, and I'm ready.
Absolutely,
yeah.
That's the best way to get ready.
In between the rounds, between 1 and 2, I sat down and my coach was like, "You're fucking crazy," because I tried to throw this crazy spinning back fist like right after I got my bell rung, right as I get up, and he's like, "No more crazy shit. Stick to your basics." Blah blah blah. He's giving me my thing, and I look him in the eyes because I just did my Stone Cold workout, and I go, "Can I get a hell yeah?" And he was like, all right, he's back.
or he's just fucked up more than we can
ever
imagine.
Yeah.
He actually thinks he's Stone Cold. What the fuck?
Yeah, probably that too.
Yeah. How many fingers am I holding up?
Right.
So I think I know the answer to this, but with this bare knuckle, it is not MMA. It is just boxing, correct?
It's just boxing, but it is okay. So here's another big different part about it: is I can clinch and hold. So like I can fight the upper body stuff. I can pull your head down, feed you some dirty uppercuts. I can pull you to the side, turn you, uppercut, hit.
Sure.
I get what they call dirty boxing. It's called dirty boxing in boxing because it's not legal.
Right.
You're not really supposed to be able to pull people's heads down and hit them and stuff like that. But in this, it's legal. You're allowed to do it.
And still no below the belt, I would imagine.
Yeah. No cock shots.
Yeah.
Thank
Sorry,
God.
Scotty.
I'm good.
So, okay, is this have you ever fought professionally boxing?
No.
No. Okay. So this
I do a lot of boxing training
Sure.
to get ready, but I've never done it like singularly. And this has been really new for me to do it this way, like one-dimensional training, just boxing, and obviously I have to get in really good shape, so I still do my like physical conditioning and training and stuff like that.
Right, me too.
But yeah, of course. But I'm training just in boxing, so I'm changing my footwork a little bit. I'm changing my stance a little bit. I'm moving my head a lot more because you can move your head down and be safe. I don't have to worry about a kick or a knee coming out.
Right.
So like my game has changed quite a bit, and it's honestly been a lot of fun. I've really enjoyed it.
Are you worried how that's going to fuck with you training for your fight after that? Like if you get too used to doing that, and then you're training for Bellator and you're putting your head down all of a sudden.
I think it's going to help me a lot.
Really?
Honestly, yeah, I really do.
You're more of a striker anyway.
I like to strike.
You love to get up and bang. I mean,
yeah. Well, that's why this is kind of beautiful for me, because I really like what they call fighting in a phone booth, is like where you're standing in front of each other.
Yeah.
You throw until somebody falls down, and this is exactly that style of fighting.
Yeah.
When this has been 10 years ago, my son and I used to do some martial arts, mostly Taekwondo, but we studied a little bit of Hapkido.
Okay.
And
the fuck is that?
It's a diet where you don't eat any carbs or sugar.
Okay.
It is the
sure I know.
Korean version of Aikido, but it's up close fighting, mostly hands. Basically that's how they taught us. Pretend you're in a phone booth and get in as close to the guy as you could, and a lot of wrist locks, a lot of just inside fighting.
A lot of going back in time and picking up different historical figures and bringing them back. And
There is, me and my buddy, we go down to the Circle K. George Carlin shows up out of the fucking sky. Strange things are afoot. And it's just like that.
Most excellent. Most excellent.
And then we play electric guitar.
That is probably the best explanation of Hapkido I've ever heard.
That's exactly that's straight from the manual of Hapkido.
If you don't know what it was, you do now.
It's a Bill and Ted movie.
But no, that's actually back to actual shit that we're talking about. But no, I didn't even think about it, because now since you're only going to be using just your hands, have you accidentally tried to throw a kick at somebody while you're trying?
Man. Yeah.
Okay.
Not very often, because now I'm wearing the shoes, and honestly, like, the shoes are kind of a cue to like. It triggers your brain. Like, I'm not kicking. I'm not wearing shin guards or anything like that. So, but one problem I am having is like I like to spin.
Yeah.
When if I feel like I'm in a weird position, I'll spin and throw a spinning back fist to protect myself, and that's not legal. You can't do that in this bare knuckle. So like I've been trying to break that habit, and so that's been a little different. But I mean, the rule set's gonna be a lot different. But like I said, I'm training one-dimensionally for it, and preparing, and it's just going so well. I'm beyond excited for this.
Can you pimp slap the shit out of them?
Absolutely.
That's what you should do. Just throw
open
nothing
hand.
but.
I can throw open hand slaps all day.
Just nothing but pimp slap your whole fight, Dave.
Don't give away my strategy.
All right.
Even with your uppercuts.
Yeah. And instead of like breathing, you got to yell, "Bitch, where's my money?" Like everyone.
Or you could do the last Boy Scout, that thing where you come up with the palm in their nose and just drive it up into their brain. You can kill a man that way, from what movies tell us.
I don't think you can do that.
No, you can't.
No, but
let me correct that. You can't, Dave. Yeah. I can.
You can rip their throat out.
Yeah,
right. That's all Hapkido is just putting the nose through.
Yeah, so I think another thing too is you have, like, I think in the rules you have to land knuckle. You have to attempt to land knuckle first. Obviously, there's going to be punches that hit in different spots, just because you're winging punches. But like when I was in there clinching and fighting, what I was thinking about was this.
Yeah.
I'd like to be able to use that.
Isn't that what you guys do when you ground and pound?
Yeah, because it protects your hand just a little bit. You know what I mean? Like, that doesn't hurt at all to do this kind of thing. And as far as I know, I need to check the rules again, but I don't think you can strike that way.
Okay.
Well, and most people who, clearly know how to throw a punch, but a lot of people, if they punch somebody, if they don't punch them right, you punch knuckles first, twist that wrist, that can really fuck you up good.
Yeah. So my coach taught me that these hurt you, these hurt me.
Yep.
So if I hit, because these hang off the side of your hands.
Right.
These line up straight with your bones. Okay. So there's a lot more energy dispersal. So you're less likely to break your hands if you punch with the first two.
Oh, I'll be damned.
Good rule of thumb.
That's got to be hard. You got to kind of angle your hand, or that's
you got to turn.
Well, you got to think about you turn your hands in. You have to think about how you're striking. That's why I'm saying this bare knuckle is a little bit different. You have to think about placement of where you're putting your hands, because, like I said, if you shatter your hands, that's it.
Yeah.
You're a punching bag.
Yeah.
And you don't have any other more tools.
Derek, we need to go try this new skill out after we get done with this podcast. You know,
Who,
start throwing bows at a bar or something like that.
Yeah. No.
I got some bare-knuckle
He
gloves.
said no.
Who are you fighting, Dave? Do you know who you're fighting?
Nothing's on paper yet, but I have a pretty good idea of who I'm fighting.
Can I nominate Scotty?
Yeah, sure.
Fuck, I will run out of that ring, Dave.
He's been talking so much shit since you came on the last show.
You make a little bit of money for 30 seconds.
There you go. If I lasted 30 seconds, David, I would be impressed.
So would your wife.
Thanks, Derek.
Yep.
Appreciate it. Buddy.
Yeah. That was quick. That was good.
So when is the fight? Announce the time.
Fight is March 14th at the Interest Bank Arena, which is something I'm really excited about. I've always wanted to compete there. Honestly, that was a huge sell point for me on this show in general, was doing the bare-knuckle. Is one, been on my bucket list per se. And then two, just fighting back at home again. I really miss it. I've been trying to talk Bellator into coming back to Wichita for years now.
Your people show up.
Yeah,
I mean, and support you fucking hard. I remember the one fight you were here, and I think you got a DQ at the end because you hit the guy one. And I remember you hopping on the mic, and you're like, "God damn it, Kansas!"
Oh yeah, man.
Because you beat that guy's ass.
Yeah, people were fired up about that, man. So, but yeah, that's the beauty of it, man, and that's what I really love about it. Like, I thrive off of that energy. Feels really good when you walk out and caveman.
Oh,
Yeah. It's a good feeling, man. So,
do you have an entrance for this one?
Damn it.
Well,
That's what
of course I got
ask.
something prepared.
I was getting ready to say.
You know what I mean?
I was getting ready to say. I was like, they don't have any rules against entrances to the ring.
Hey,
do they?
as far as I know, they don't. And
Nice.
I'm actually torn in between two different ideas that I have, but they'll be. I have to do something, obviously, right?
Of course, that's your MO.
It's part of my game, but I'm really excited.
Well, we went to. We actually also saw you fight Joe at that.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, we were there for that.
Yeah.
And that one you came out as Macho Man Randy Savage.
Yeah.
Pulled it off pretty well, if I might say.
Thank you. I do make a good Macho Man.
I will have to tell you though, man. Whenever me and Derek were going to that thing, we kind of knew, okay, yeah, it's gonna be almost like a glorified sparring session, really. Right. And y'all looked like you were going pretty hard.
We did. Yeah.
Holy shit.
Well, honestly, man, it's when I say I'm gonna do something, and I don't do well like not actually entertaining.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, and the way that they booed the two people before that.
Oh man, bad.
I was like, yo, Joe, we can't go out there and do that. like I'm not getting booed. You know what I mean? Like, that's not happening. Like, I'll knock you out if I have to.
Now that guy had been a coach of yours, right?
Yeah, he's my best friend, my coach. He was, literally my best man at my wedding. So
Is that hard? Does that make it harder or easier?
Dude, we've had easier because we've had at least 30, 40 of those fights that were just as intense and just as hard in the gym. So, it's one of those things. That's what I was a little bit surprised about the other pros that didn't turn it up a little bit, because it's like, man, we sparred this hard on a Saturday. You know what I mean? Like what me and Joe were doing. Like, okay, you're kind of getting me. Like, all right, I'm coming after you. We're fighting.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like, that's kind of part of training is turning up the intensity a little bit. So. But it was really fun. Obviously we let each other off the hook. Like, if I hit him, there was one time I cracked him pretty good. He's like, whoa, like, a little bit, pull it down a little bit. And he actually had a slick armbar on me that like popped my armbar a little bit, or my elbow joint. And but yeah, I don't know, it was fun.
It looked like a lot of fun, but it definitely didn't look like you guys were fucking around. I was actually impressed about how intense the sparring was. But
yeah.
But
I mean, that's what I wanted to portray.
Now, Macho Man's had a couple of different entry songs. Which one did you use?
Oh, I didn't even use a Macho Man song. No,
but
yeah,
now
I can't even remember what I walked out to.
You've came out as Macho Man, and you've came out as Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Yeah,
I'm gonna make a wrestler suggestion.
Oh,
Okay.
no.
Fabulous Moolah.
Fabulous. Move
Oh,
on.
yeah.
No.
Okay. Okay.
I was.
Okay.
Where the red
I will
rooster-
take that into consideration.
No, I was.
Honestly, one I really, really want to do those degeneration.
Actually,
Oh,
Yeah,
God. Yeah,
I can
that'd
see
be a good
that.
one.
Yeah.
That would be a fun one.
Doink the Clown.
No.
We got to Doink the Clown.
Doink the
Who
Clown.
the hell is that?
Are you fucking curious?
I
Probably
really
the
don't
greatest
know.
wrestler of all
He
time.
was a real wrestler?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
He was dressed. He just died like 3 years ago.
Yeah.
But he was dressed. He would come out dressed as a clown, and then towards the end, he had a midget dink, and he would come out.
Yeah, I
with-
remember that.
You should
Holy
bring a
shit.
midget with you to. That would be badass.
That
much
would
do
be
midgets
awful.
cost?
That would be fucking sweet. You can rent a midget. There's a website.
What's the going rate on a midget these days?
Yeah, what is the going rate on a midget?
It was rentamidget.com. I've looked into this.
Well,
I've heard of it actually.
again,
Are you
you sound like an
serious?
expert.
I'm
I think he's
serious, yeah.
serious.
Let's
I'm pretty
talk
sure he's
numbers.
serious.
That would, yeah.
What is it? What? Okay.
You should
what
get
would
half
it,
off.
What would it be worth to you?
I'd throw in at least 100 on a midget.
$100?
Yeah, I'd throw 100 in on a midget.
I got a hundo too.
Oh, yeah.
I imagine
Oh, yeah.
he's
Yeah,
got to
yeah.
make at least 100 an hour.
Oh
Yeah.
man.
Sorry, fellas.
Oh. Yeah. What are we gonna do? Fight him?
Yeah, that's why he left it on. Like, what are you going to do, bitches?
No, I'd put it on silent.
That's the midget
That was
call.
my alarm. That was my alarm. Yeah.
No, I was thinking Ric Flair, but you gotta
Ric Flair would be dope.
see
too,
that would be
but-
cool. Coming out with the robe and everything like that.
Yeah, I don't want to overdo the wrestling gimmicks.
Yeah.
And then,
Okay. All right.
Then get known for just that.
Right,
gimmick,
like
'cause
he
you've had
just
so
does
many-
wrestling things now.
The fucking caveman thing you did, I think it's still my favorite. With
Yeah,
you told a story about the dinosaur and the last that was
man,
cool
that
as
one
shit.
Was really fun.
You could go the plain black shorts, plain black shoes, and just the towel over your head with the hole cut in it. Isn't that what Tyson used to do?
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
Oh yeah, I
Yeah.
could. Yeah, actually, so this next walkout, there's a famous boxer that does a walkout that I really enjoyed that I want to mimic. So
Cool.
There you go.
Yeah.
I'd still have to say my favorite one was probably when everybody was still, except for you.
oh yeah,
that was the coolest
beautiful.
fucking one. That was in Wichita, wasn't it?
It was insane. Yeah, it was right down in Wichita. And,
Or in-
it was crazy.
Sorry.
The craziest part about it was we didn't tell anyone in the stands. They all just did it. They all froze too.
That's fucking cool.
So like we had our people like on the inside of the barriers, you know, that like people that I had picked that knew they were gonna be doing it and stuff like that. Like my sister was like holding her phone out, pretending to take a selfie and stuff like that. But everyone in the stands froze too, so it was super dope.
That's fucking cool.
That's the
the way it
coolest.
turned out. Yeah, it was really cool.
The other thing I wanted to briefly touch up on was before you went and got your Surge jersey, I said, hey, you know, the Surge are looking for guys to go and take pictures with Surge stuff on.
Yeah.
And you sent me a picture and said, I don't know if they want to have a picture of me for a particular reason. What was that reason there, Dave?
What was going on?
You
I
got
a black
your
eye or
eyes.
something. Oh. This was yeah. Oh my gosh, I forgot all about that.
It's still in that picture, by the way.
This was probably a repressed memory. Like I was just trying not to remember it. I got obliterated drunk.
Oh, God.
The night after me and Joe got together, and when we did our event, you know, because when
Yeah.
me and Joe hang out, like
Sure.
we don't get to see each other very much, so we start pouring it on, you know what I mean? And so we got wasted, and it's probably 2 or 3 in the morning, and I'm already unconscious at this point, but my body's still moving around, right?
Yeah.
You know how that is. And I decided to grapple one of his students, and instead of tapping, I just went out. Like he completely choked me out, but he held on to it too long because he's intoxicated as well, and so it burst all the blood vessels in my eyeballs.
Oh, fuck.
So they were all just, I mean, my eyes were black.
Yeah,
black and red.
Yeah,
yeah.
You could see the blood around them and everything.
Yeah, so they were like that for almost a month.
Are you kidding? It was that long?
Yeah, that's how long it lasted.
That's like some cartoon shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it,
Eyes bulge out of your head and shit.
yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So luckily I knew what had happened. Otherwise I would have probably freaked out a lot more. But that happened to a friend of mine at in high school.
Oh,
So
okay.
like I had seen it before and I was like, okay, I'm not gonna die or anything. So
Oh my
my
god.
eyes are just, I popped the blood vessels. So
Is that what happens when you don't tap out? Is that typically normal? Where you
yeah, well, it's actually what happens is from struggling. Like I was trying, like I didn't want to let.
Yeah.
Like he's, some student of Joe's choked me out in my basement.
Yeah.
So I'm like resisting this choke, and I'm like, it's from straining actually.
Okay.
Like, it happens to body lifters and other people like that too. Not very often, but it can happen.
Okay.
So if you're gonna get choked, tap out.
Yeah.
All right.
Unless they're for real.
Or just let them choke you out. Don't resist, okay?
Yeah, I was going to say, if this is a real situation, they may not care.
Right. Yeah.
So see,
And this
You
is
tapping
the
for, asshole.
this is the Unfiltered Sportscast, not Serial.
yeah,
So
exactly.
yeah, if this was Serial, fight.
yeah.
Yeah.
If it was cereal, we'd be talking much more like this. And so, what was the guy's name? The guy that was accused of killing his girlfriend in high school.
Oh, I don't know.
Shit, I don't know.
A lot of guys.
Yeah.
Adnan.
I'd be lying if it never crossed my mind.
Adnan Saeed. That's what. cereal
Oh
was all about.
yeah.
Okay. So since the last time we've had you on the show, I think you're now your second kid, correct?
Third.
Third.
Yeah.
Holy smokes! How's that changed your life since?
He's an amazing baby. Honestly,
Yeah.
my son, who's 5 now, my daughter's 7. So he was the last baby. He was hell. he was hell. But this
Sounds like
baby's-
maybe he's a little frustrating. Now you want to beat the shit out of guys with your bare hands.
That's right. Yeah. There's a little motivation with the lack of sleep that I'm getting.
Sure.
But yeah, I don't know. He's a good baby. He like smiles and does all the baby stuff.
Yeah, and then you've got another one that's
He sleeps pretty good too.
well, and then your other girl is like in competitions and stuff like now
She's
too.
savage.
Dude,
She is.
she's like winning.
Yeah, she's never lost in jiu-jitsu yet in competition. She's really good.
How old is she?
Like her mother, so we're split up. Her mother was joking about how Alexa needs to teach me private jiu-jitsu lessons. And she probably does know more jiu-jitsu than me. I've honestly been slacking a lot on jiu-jitsu. I need to train that a little bit more, but she's just taking an act to it. She's stupid athletic, and it's weird because as an adult I can see all of the things, like all my behaviors as a kid, like the way my brain worked, the way it fired. I can kind of remember that, and I just see it in her. Like she's gonna be a killer if she sticks to this stuff, man. And it's really weird because she's starting training from this age. You know, what I mean?
Yeah.
6 is when she started. And
How old is she
I
now?
started at 18.
She's
You
7.
know what I mean? And I got to where I was at. So I can't fathom how good she could be if she stays passionate about it and she wants to do it.
Right.
And she's 7 now?
She's 7, yeah.
Good grief.
I'm sure seeing
Well,
Dad
happy
on
birthday to her.
TV and all that too helps.
Yeah, she just turned 8. Excuse me.
Oh, happy birthday again.
She did.
She's had a
actually.
birthday since
Like,
we
no,
started this
that actually, I was
conversation.
like, oh, she did actually have a birthday just a couple weeks ago.
Solid.
Does she watch you on TV? Do you
Oh,
let the
she
kids watch?
loves it, dude. Yeah. And like kids at her school talk about me and stuff like that because their parents will see me and they'll be like, oh, they'll be talking about me and stuff like that. So,
That whole my dad can beat up your dad argument doesn't really hold water with
dude,
the kids.
the other day, okay, my daughter the other day, she's coming out of school and she's like looking at this boy, and I'm like, what's up? Like kind of mugging him. She's like, he said he could beat me up, and I was like, okay, so what? Like, what are you? He's just a boy. He's
Yeah.
just talking. She's like, hey, if I fight him after school, is that okay?
You're like, you got to go to Polly's house.
She's like, not during school. Like, is that okay? Like, if I just do it after school? I was like, absolutely not. No. What are you talking about? She said, I guess the boy was saying that girls aren't tough.
Okay.
Like, there's no girls that could beat her up, and it drives her crazy.
Well, they're certainly not funny.
Do you tell her that they have to go to your backyard to fight? Is that the rule?
That will be the rule.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
Yeah.
You wait till we're gone, and then you have a backyard fighting ring.
There's gonna be waivers.
normal.
Hey, yeah.
There's gonna be waivers. Hey, you want to fight my kids? You're gonna sign these waivers.
It's gotten a lot more sophisticated.
I'm protecting myself. That's
Absolutely.
all.
I still love the story you told about your son at the water park when we were all hanging out at Jared's pool that day about jumping off that.
You're talking about when he jumped off the little cliff?
Yeah, you gotta tell that story.
Oh, that's
man.
fucking hysterical.
You want me to tell that
Yeah,
story?
tell that
Yeah,
story.
go ahead.
Yeah, so we went to the little water park, and my son was 5 at this time, and he's honestly mostly scared of stuff, you know what I mean? And so there was this probably 10-foot ledge or whatever you could just run and jump off of, and I thought it was for like adults, you know what I mean? It's pretty high.
Yeah.
It's like a high dive,
Yeah.
basically, like. And you just run and jump off of it, and I'm sitting there thinking like, all right, I'll go do it with my daughter, but my son was like persistent, dude. He was like, I want to go up there and do it. He's like, I want to go up there and do it. I was like, for real? He's like, I'm like, all right, I'll take him up there. He'll get scared. He'll come down. And my son does this little thing, and so he like stands there, and the guy's like, go ahead, you can jump. And my son does this little thing where he starts flapping like this when he gets excited. He was like really excited, and he just beelines, dude, and goes. And as he comes off the thing, he reaches out, like almost dives, and just belly flops hard as shit onto the water.
Oh God.
Sounds like he's going to be on the Korean diving team. Those guys are real good.
Oh my God.
So he belly flops. He starts screaming, crying, of course. You know what I mean? But
They're
I was
not
like,
doing that
I
again?
was just super proud of him for like getting the cojones to go do it. You know what I mean? So I'm like, I'm over there like, but now I'm super embarrassed because I'm like, every parent in that place was looking at me like I was the biggest piece of shit in the world. As soon as that boy slapped the water and started screaming, every parent around instantly turned, looked at him, looked at me, and I've never I don't get embarrassed very easily, but I was like, I might have fucked up. You know what I mean? Like I might have not let him. Should have let him do that.
There was probably a second in there where they all went, ooh. And then looked at
Yeah, for sure. Absolutely.
because we all know that feeling.
What's crazy though is he ended up doing it more after that.
Yeah.
I remember you saying too. You're
He
like, don't look
nailed
at
it.
me, look at him, pointing to the lifeguard. Like he let him.
Oh
jump.
yeah, right, yeah, that's true. I forgot about that. I really did too. I looked at I was like, yo, it's the lifeguard. He said he could do it. The lifeguard said he could do it.
There's a guy on YouTube. Have you seen this guy? Wears a GoPro and he'll go sneak into hotels, like 10-story hotels, get up to the roof and jump off into the pool.
No thanks.
And you see it from their fucking GoPro, and it scares the shit
I've
out of
seen
you
it.
just watching.
I've seen
I'm
it.
out.
That shit terrifies me. And you know what's crazy is I used to do that when I was a kid.
Oh my
Oh
God.
God, you're
Like
nuts.
we did 2 or 3 stories. I mean, I never did a 10-story, but
Right.
we used to do that when we went to hotels. If there was somewhere we could find on the roof or whatever kind of structure, we would always try to do some kind of jump. And in hindsight, man, I mean, shoot, we were like 12, 13, you know what I mean? Like on family vacations, like not telling my parents we were doing this stuff.
Oh my
Like,
God.
oh, hey, your kid splat on the pavement out here.
Yeah.
and
Your
that's the
vacation's over.
Yeah.
deal. This fucking guy that does it almost every time it looks like he misses the edge by that much. I mean,
yeah, I'm out. Yeah, I'm not doing that.
Yeah, I've seen those videos. Those are insane.
come on, Scotty.
And honestly,
No.
the people.
Where's your team spirit, Scotty?
Yeah.
We'll throw another hundo in on this shit.
I've seen a rabbit jump into a glass of water for crying out loud.
Yeah,
I'm
Scotty,
sure- way
I'm
up
sure.
there.
You are such a pussy.
You guys are supposed to throw me off the balcony at Vorshay's, weren't you?
That's still coming.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
All right, just
when you
making
least
sure.
expect it.
Anyway,
We're still waiting for Dave to
heights
choke
are
you out
my
on the
one
show
thing.
too.
Heights are my thing. That
Like, you don't like it?
That really get to me now.
oh, yeah.
Have you been skydiving before?
I have, yeah.
Did you do it out here in Derby?
No, I did it Outer Banks, North Carolina.
Okay.
Like over the beach. It was dope.
I loved it. I did it out
It
here,
was amazing.
and oh
it
my
was
God.
such a rush, dude.
Yeah, as soon as I got to the bottom, my buddy was videoing. He's like, "What'd you think?" I was like, "I want to go again."
Yeah. I had a real drive to like do enough to in my head I did. Obviously this never panned out.
Yeah.
But in my head I was like, I'm gonna start doing all these dives and I'm gonna get to where I can solo.
Yeah.
Because being a solo would probably just be that much more exciting.
They told me you only had to do like a 2-hour class and then you could go by yourself.
You got to do 3.
That's what they told me at Derby. They said you don't even have to go tandem your first time if you don't want to.
I thought you had to do 3 tandems.
They told me I didn't have to.
Oh wow!
I did tandem because I'm like
Maybe
I don't want
I
to.
did tandem.
I don't want to have a question midair.
No, right.
Just don't pop a boner and we're good.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Which one of these cords was the self-destruct mechanism?
Yeah.
But no, there's a comedian, actually, I've got his poster up on my wall over there. His name's Shane Moss, who has he had an accident.
Great. I love him.
Yeah, he had an accident here several years ago where he broke both of his heels in a rock climbing accident and out in the middle of a fucking national park and had to like basically back crab walk 3 miles or
By
some
himself?
shit. Well, there was people there, but nobody could really lift him because it was too painful. And so he had to walk on the balls of his feet. Oh, and but basically every doctor knew this and talked to him like this was common knowledge. But do you know what height that bones in the feet start breaking when the body jumps off of them? No. 8 feet.
That's it?
8 feet.
Oh my God.
I've been jumping off shit my whole life. 8. I know I've jumped off shit higher
7
than 8
and a half.
feet. Yeah,
That was what you got. 7 and a half.
probably. Well, I mean, I guess by the time you figure if you're 6 feet tall.
Well, dude, I don't know. Hold on, though. It's got to be like somewhat technique. You guys have all seen the free runners that jump off of
like the parkour
guys,
50-foot building,
right? But when you land flat-footed, your body generates enough speed at 8 feet to where bones will start breaking.
Right.
Okay, that makes sense. That's why they all do that gay like somersault thing.
That's really all you got. When you jump off a tall building, tuck and roll. That's all it takes. That's how I do it. I never use ladders.
Yeah.
All right. I'm trying to sit here and think if I've got any more questions. You guys got any?
I do.
Go for it.
A little more about this bare-knuckle thing.
Go for it.
Okay, is this like an established league? Like, do they have a champion? And
Yeah.
do they?
They don't have them set up for all weights because it's so new.
Okay.
But they're trying to build their way to have, just like you would in the UFC or Bellator, they'll have their champions and, it's just so new. It's brand new. They got to figure out if this is going to last too.
Like, how long has it been around? How long have they been doing it?
In the U.S., less than a year.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
I would say it's got to be less than a year.
Wow. There are videos and stuff.
They're on their 11th show, maybe 2 years.
So what weight are you planning to fight at then?
Planning on fighting at between that 65 and 75 pound range. So
Okay.
yeah,
You're going to fight kids?
Yeah.
65 to 75 pounds, pretty small guy.
It sure is.
You'll kick the shit out of him.
No wonder you don't want to fight Nico at 112.
That's fighter lingo, but yeah, like you put a 1 in front of
That
that.
really seems like unnecessary shorthand. If you can't throw that extra 1 at the front, we're not saving any time.
Well,
You just wanted to kick Tyreek Hill's ass 6 months ago,
Yeah.
and now you're going to fight kids yourself?
that's right. Yeah.
And turns out that Tyreek Hill, whenever we did that episode, he turns out that he may or may not have done it.
He did not do that shit, most likely.
He's over there going.
That recording, we found out that woman edited 6 minutes out of that shit.
Oh, really?
Out of an 11-minute recording.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of shit in there that would suggest she's made everything up.
Oh, wow.
Everything.
So,
just honestly, it's not my kid, so.
true.
And I'm sure that kid was a
I
little
just hope
asshole.
he's in a good spot, but hopefully he's
Yeah,
got a good dad. Shit.
Yeah.
And it sounds like it's probably more mom.
Somebody's evidence that he was a good dad was that he held him up after the win.
Oh, well, yeah. Yeah, I mean, no, if it was my kid, I'd throw him to the ground.
Now, you said he held at gunpoint or just like raised him up in the air?
Oh, he raised him up.
Give me my lunch money back.
You owe me money.
I mean, if I won the Super Bowl and my son came up to me and be like, "No, son, this is for winning."
This is my moment.
Yeah, just stiff arm him right there on the
Absolutely.
field.
I don't know. I'm not well informed
Throw the Heisman on him.
to have a judgment on that anymore. So.
Yeah. Well, speaking of football, did you get a chance to watch Super Bowl?
I did watch most of it.
No parties, no big, huge.
I went to
deal?
a party and I literally snacked on lettuce. So
Oh my God.
What a letdown.
I'm cutting weight pretty hard. I put a lot of weight on.
I was gonna say, boy, that's shitty snacks that they put out. We got some lettuce and some turnips and mineral water.
It was actually BYOL. It was bring your own lettuce.
Bring your own
Yeah.
Yeah, but they were no. That's okay. That's the bad part about it is everyone else is eating all the damn good, baked beans and nachos and all of that stuff. So I'm just sitting there chewing on my lettuce while everyone else is eating good, drinking beer, whiskey, and I actually got fed up and had to go home.
I could understand that completely.
I had listened to a different podcast that you were on. Apparently, you've got a weakness for peanut butter.
Oh my God, yes.
So does my dog.
Tell us, how do you use it?
Me?
Yeah.
Well, in a very erotic and private way.
Tell us about your dog, peanut butter.
I think they can all put 2 and 2 together. It's over in a jiff.
But, there you go. Damn. He still got it, folks. He still got it.
Boom. God, that was a Scotty level joke.
I actually, 2 weeks ago, I went into the cabinet and got rid of all of our peanut butter.
Did you?
Yeah.
Because apparently it was shortly before a fight where you just went to town.
I ate an entire jar. Yep. This is the day before I had to fly out for weigh-ins, and I ate an entire jar of peanut butter.
Jesus Christ.
God, just plain, just right out of the jar?
Just right out of the jar.
Man.
Dude.
How thirsty were you after that?
People don't,
You just ate it and made phone
people
calls.
don't understand how, you can, I've tortured my body before.
You're getting ready to fight somebody bare-knuckled. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, and that's the fun part. The dieting
sounds like it.
The dieting is not the fun part. I hate that most about preparing for fights. But one thing it has forced me to do is I can cook really well. So I make a lot of really good food.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I bet you have to, especially with limited ingredients and
Yeah,
things.
exactly. Yeah. So I figured out ways to cook really good food that is still low in calories but high in nutrition. So
Yeah, what were you making? I can't remember. It was was it Doritos with something?
Oh no! So there's in the fitness world, there's these a company called Quest, and they make low carbohydrate pretty much everything, and they make chips. And so I made like a little taco salad with the chips, and it's probably 200 calories or something like that. So
That ain't nothing.
They make
it's like a great little snack,
Sure.
We just got some barbecue pork rinds. Those things are off the chain.
Yeah.
They're no carbs.
Low in carbs.
Yeah.
Or no carbs.
They're fucking good.
Yeah. I like to snack on those too, but they are high in calories.
Are they?
Yeah.
Okay.
So
This ain't a fitness show.
I'm still. I got.
this is we've changed course to a nutrition.
Yeah.
I got a pellet smoker, and I'm still learning how to use it. But I really want to get good at smoking meats, and because I know you can really make some good tasting shit without a lot of carbs.
Smoked chicken, smoked salmon. My buddy has one of those like badass Traegers.
Yeah,
Is that
yeah.
what it's called?
Oh, yeah.
And he'll be like on his phone, like updating it, changing the temperature a little bit and stuff.
Yeah.
Like it's like so easy for him, Like,
Does he call that his Traeger finger?
yes.
He's like, I'm smoking, motherfuckers. Hang on, let me get my Traeger finger out.
Here's the thing: is that those grills, you set them at a temperature and they maintain it for you. And he found a way to be lazier. How the hell?
I'm like,
Doing it from his phone.
Bluetooth it from your phone. That's crazy. But yeah, honestly, some of the best meat I've ever had though. Like straight up, I usually don't like fish, and like smoking it brings out a lot better flavor and stuff like that. So.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah. You can make, especially if you're a hunter and you get wild game that's got that real gamey wild taste to it. You can take that out of about anything with smoke.
Oh really? Okay.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So I'm actually doing something when I get home. I'm going to try to make my own beef jerky for the first time.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Deal.
Because
What
it's
do you-
stupid expensive.
My wife
Fuck
does
yeah,
that.
it
She
is.
calls it
I know.
meatloaf.
It drives me insane because I love beef jerky, but I'm like, this pack is $15.
Yeah.
I'm like, how am I spending this?
You're like, I'm on the fucking pack.
right? Yeah.
I am
it
I am
literally
Jack
says
Lake.
caveman on the front.
What are you gonna do? You got a dehydrator? You gotta do it in the oven? What are you?
Oh, I'm gonna do it in the oven. My buddy, he's a hunter trapper. Like, he just killed a bunch of mountain lions. He takes people on excursions and shit.
I'm gonna guess barehanded.
Yeah.
Yes. But he was like, "Hey, dude, you can make this because it's just easy." I was like, commented on some of his pictures of all of his meats that he cooks and stuff like that. And I was like, man, how do you do that? Send me some beef jerky. He's like, just make it at home. Don't be a lazy ass.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I
can't believe people talk to you like that. I wouldn't do that.
No
Yeah,
shit.
no
Well,
kidding.
He fights too, and he's
this
pretty
guy
tough.
just killed.
Yeah.
The guy just killed mountain
he
lions.
literally just yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's out there hunting mountain lions in like what appears to be the Arctic. So
Yeah, this ain't deer. This is shit that's hunting him back.
honestly, it's super pathetic and sad because the dogs chase the cat up into a tree and then you just shoot it down.
Yep.
Oh, I do that at home.
Why must you like that? Why did dog chase the cat? Nothing about the dog and me.
So
That's P-Funk All-Stars.
oh, okay.
Yeah.
So what's the Bellator plan from now on? Obviously, you got the bare-knuckle, but are you still going to fight in Bellator afterwards?
I'm still in good standings with Bellator, so
Okay.
That's kind of undisclosed at the moment, but
Oh, shit, I asked a question you can't
well,
answer. Damn.
yeah, I can't really answer that, but there's definitely still MMA in my future.
That's good. That's good. And then the other thing was we were going to try to get Stephen Wynn on the show too.
Yeah,
But
absolutely.
I felt so bad because we were trying to get him before his
You didn't have
fight.
any translators?
No.
No, there's one upstairs.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
She speaks Asian.
No, but whenever we were trying to get Steve on, he had his big fight.
Oh man.
And
yeah,
then that was a rough one. And so I was like, I'm gonna wait probably like 6 months before I reach out.
Man,
to
a
him
lot of
again.
people don't know this too, but it was crazy. I was staying tuned into the fights last night, UFC, because a guy, I believe Hutchison, but right here from the Midwest, wrestled in the area. His name's Miles Johns. He fought last night.
Yeah.
For the UFC, and he got flying kneed.
Oh.
But up until that point, I think he'd won his first 2 or 3 UFC fights. So it's just kind of cool to see that they're starting to pull people from the Midwest.
Isn't
Yeah.
that what happened to Steven too? He got flying knee, didn't he?
Yeah.
No,
And man,
was
he's
it
taken
me?
like two
God.
of them.
I know.
He taken a ton of
I was
shots.
in his corner.
Took him like a
yeah.
yeah, we saw you.
Yeah.
And
Man.
was it just
He
me?
had-
we all thought that guy, his opponent, looked like a size bigger fighter.
He was big.
He was huge.
He was huge.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, usually at 45, Steven kind of outsizes people, honestly. But that guy was huge. I don't know how he made weight, but he did. And he was tough as shit.
Steve
They
kept
both
coming at
were.
him,
They
too.
both were,
Yeah.
honestly. Like, all up until he lost that fight, I think it was a toss-up. But of course, I'm a little biased. But
I would have liked to have seen Steven use his feet a little more.
yeah. In hindsight, that was obviously a big, the guy was a grappler, jiu-jitsu guy, so we were expecting more takedowns and more attempts at that.
Yeah, he
And
just kept throwing kicks.
He was just starting to get comfortable on his feet and clearly super athletic. Like the way that he jumped up from the floor and brought that knee all the way up, it was clean.
God.
He earned that.
but yeah,
that
Steven-
guy earned that moment. Like,
Yeah.
Steven had taken like 2 of those in
Yeah,
the fight and didn't even seem to phase him.
yeah, he ate
Yeah.
one early in the first round, in the first 2 minutes. I was like, oh, he's okay. All right.
Yeah.
He's good. So
Yeah.
I thought that's kind of how he would fight the rest of the fight. But man, when you get touched on the button like that, it's
Yeah.
Sure.
It's pretty tough.
yeah.
But I heard Dana had some really nice things to say about
Absolutely,
him.
yeah. And he's training down at
Houston.
I can't think of the name of the gym, but one of the best gyms in
Yeah, it's invite
in
only,
Texas,
isn't it?
Yeah.
Where he's at.
Basically,
where he's
yeah.
going to,
I mean, it's all they're UFC fighters.
Yeah.
There's like
Yeah.
10 UFC fighters in a row. So that kind of thing. When you're training with that level of competition, he's only going to get better, man. Like me and Steve were just sparring last week, and when I think of Steve, that was just 2 years ago. He has come light years, and it's really cool. I know he's going to be a star, so I'm super excited to watch it.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I just hope we haven't messed our window with him.
Yeah, because isn't he mainly down in Houston, Texas, right?
Yeah,
Majority
he
of the time?
just made his move.
Okay.
Yeah, he just made his move.
That bastard.
So, but
They're
his
sneaky people.
his family's here. Like he'll be back and forth for
Nah,
sure.
that's
So,
cool.
sure
Well-
you can get him off.
Well, man, I've that's all I've got. Unless you guys got anything else.
I think David should kick your ass for the end of the show.
I do too.
No, I got to lose a bet. That was the deal. I've got to lose the bet.
Kind of
All right,
lost
hang on.
one with God.
Heads or tails?
No, I'm not doing that shit.
Yeah.
I
pick a hand.
I swear to God that if I have to get into a ring with Dave, I'm getting my ass just killed. I may not.
Yeah,
make
no
it.
shit.
Well, no. Like you can put all the headgears. You could wrap me up like that kid on the Christmas Story.
I'll only
and
hurt
I'd
your
still
body.
get killed.
I'll do that.
We could give you a
no.
gun. You're going to get your ass kicked.
No, Dave, just hit me hard enough in the head to where I go out. That would be probably more preferable.
Yeah, I'd prefer that.
Yeah.
We could put you in there with a pair of authentic Dave the Caveman Rickels signed nunchucks.
That's true. Oh shit! I should
And
have
he
brought
would
him.
kick your ass.
Yeah.
Well,
That'd be
anyways,
good.
Even with the belly shaking.
yeah, exactly. Well, but anyways, man, thanks for coming out and doing this. The show,
Yes,
second
yeah.
time. That's awesome. We really do appreciate it. You can, actually, share your stuff. You can find you on Twitter and Facebook.
Yeah. Twitter, Instagram, the Caveman 316. Yeah, that's pretty much it, honestly.
And then fight coming up. Date
March
again?
14th, take your ass out to the Interest Bank Arena.
Yeah.
I'm going to be fighting a guy Bare-knuckle. So it's going to be really dope. Last time I did that was in my backyard in Derby. So
Yeah.
For sure.
First bare knuckle, and then if you wait a couple more years, he'll be fighting guys bare naked. Yeah.
if the money's right.
Well, anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching the show. You can find us on Facebook, The Unfiltered Sportscast. You can also find us everywhere else, Twitter and Instagram. Twitter is what? @Unfiltered Crew, and Instagram is Unfiltered Sportscast. Watch the show on YouTube. You can see David Rickels do this episode and all the other episodes previously. So thank you guys so very, very much. You guys are advertising, so if you do know some people that would like this show, do us a favor. Tell your friends, tell your family, and if you don't like us...
David will find you, and he will kill you.
if you don't like us...
Tell your enemies.
And until next time, guys,
Take the filter off and make it dirty.
we will see you. Take care.
Son of a bitch, I could actually-